Hey guys, and welcome back to my Pandyan Empire campaign, where you see we are uniting India. We are number 2 great power, really strong base tax, plenty of money and income, and also expansion into Egypt to actually start trading with Europeans. I've been working also for 100 of years on stealing maps of Europe to actually see their trades. That's gonna be my continuation for today. Keep uniting India. Keep uniting Egypt, and maybe even take something in Aden to have better connection. Many of you also requested me to start colonizing Australia, and I can actually start doing so. I don't think I took any advances for colonization, but I can afford it. So actually let me start colonizing wherever I can. This should be colonial map mode, because you'll see in yellow are the charters that I can create, and in blue are the ones that are already created. We are making so much money, it doesn't matter if I send it to just some of them or everywhere. See, I cannot send it here, so let me just send it to every single location where I have this available. It's gonna probably cost some money, but let's give it a month to go through. There are currently winter sales going on enebo.com, which is a sponsor of this video. So if you're planning to buy any games, especially the popular ones, or even any other games, there are thousands on this platform, make sure to check the video description, because besides the link that you can use to support the channel, I also do have 8% discount code. Let's get started with the video. So all of these colonial charters just cost me 144 a month, which includes 340% increased cost. Obviously this is gonna take time for me to start coloring it. Oh, I should ideally send people from India to here, because I have so many people in India and there's so little people here. But to do that, I would need to unlock it's Age of Discovery advances in here, new word. There is boost colonial charter and send people to colonies. I have a not so long queue. Yeah, there's no need to rush it. It's more like a separate roleplay that you guys requested. I should also keep annexing subjects, as at one point we might from Bharat. If I wanted to rush it, I should definitely annex more at the same time. Let's also see our subjects. You see there are different colors. These are fiefdoms. This dark orange are Mahasamantas. Yellow are Samantas, and I should also have some Mahapradana Samantas. This different kind of orange, but yeah, these guys I can't annex. So let me just see strength modifier 22 for fiefdoms, Mahasamantas nothing, and Samantas are nothing. So I have to continue annexing fiefdoms. Remember in the last video we changed our succession type to favored son, and actually learned from your comments, thanks for sharing that yeah, you can choose your heir yourself in some situations, but by default it is gonna choose your best skilled son. So since Delhi is Hindu, I'll be using my parliament to keep declaring on them, and remember I separated their capital from a very rich part of their country. Just look at the amount of the population that we are talking about here. While for the Mamluks, I will be handling them with the religious war. That's why I am building this casus belli. But since there are 6 years of truce with Delhi, we should try targeting someone else, like Orissa for example. Are they actually allied to Delhi? Yeah, they are. But I'll be able to eat Orissa. It's not the best choice, Orissa, to be honest. I could try Yemen. Do they have any allies? Just Subay? Yeah. Next CB from Parliament is gonna be Delhi. Now I can do Yemen. And we'll want to take over the trade capital in here. And this time I don't have to land in here with the navy to fight. Since I'm a military hegemon, I can just violate Mamluk sovereignty. but once the CB being created soon, and truce also ends soon, I am anyway gonna land with a navy here, because I need this 2 stacks to fight the Mamluks, and a national army will be included. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm using a new graphical mode that is changing a bit of borders between the nations. I think it looks so much smoother together with the darker map mode that I'm using. I think this is pretty good, isn't it? And look, yes, Pandia taking over Australia. Yemeni army is actually not that bad. I'm still doing almost 3-1 losses. So we should be fine. But it was more like 2-1 losses. The issue is he can reinforce his standing army if there was some in this battle. I cannot. If I want to reinforce it, I need to use the ships. So let's actually already bring another stack in here, as we'll surely need that. So while this war is ongoing, yes, I'm gonna declare on Egypt. They don't have any allies anymore, and from that 75,000 of army, they have 20,000 regulars, so it's not that bad. It should be still a piece of cake for us. Oh, and I forgot I can actually update my arquebusers from new advance. Let's actually go ahead and do that in all of my armies. You see now I have 65,000 troops to reinforce, so I'll be up to 150k of an army. New unit types should also make assaults even easier on the older forts. 18.6 thousand. Yeah, you see I only lost less than 2,000 that rush. There it is, we can form the colony here in Australia. We probably need a few of them, just one to control it all is not gonna be good, proximity wise. This is what I want to take from Yemen. I think that's gonna be plenty of AE. Let me just maybe break the relations with Subai. So I have a station on my way to Egypt. I might need to improve relations with Mogadishu. Isifat the subject. And Baklin as well. And since I want this to be my stations to trade, I'll not give it to any subjects. It's gonna just not have huge amount of control, just like I have with Egypt here. But doesn't mean I cannot build a strong amount of trade capacity on this. But you know what, it wouldn't make a bad idea to create some subjects here, because when you annex subjects you core the lands. Otherwise I'm gonna just have this integrated. Remember, in Egypt I actually accepted the culture. Here I don't have the culture's capacity, so let me create 1, 2, 3 subjects here. The rest I'm gonna, I guess, core myself. Oh no, it's fine. Integrated lands. We can always do the area conversion. Yeah, that's gonna be totally fine. And remember, last 2 wars with Egypt were focused on cutting their capital a bit from the rest of the country. Obviously the strait doesn't help, but I'm gonna fully cut it off by taking that 2 sides of this corridor myself. Just look at it now. I'll trade empire. Once I core these promises, I probably can do it already, but I want to first score it. I want to show you how we should be able to start getting all the pepper under stuff to Europe manually. And I wanted to say I'm a first grid power because there's again rebels in Wu, but looks like we are a first grid power naturally. We just are powerful enough to become one. Since I've sent another stack to the Middle East, I have to build a new one back at home to siege down Delhi efficiently. Just can't wait for the next patch when we will be able to create actual templates of our armies. For all the quadruple spouses I've been doing in within my family, let's just see how big is the family already. We've got 124 living dynasty members and only 56 are dead. And how many characters are we having? 300. Yeah, it was more impressive in the earlier patches, but now I'm still gonna increase that rapidly. It looks like my subjects are just spamming towns and cities everywhere whenever they have money. Because look, the most of rural locations are down south, where I'm actually handling that myself. Where, you know, goods like iron are not made cities. Since I have a decent sized colony here, let me go to the RGR builder. Paruka. Let me find that market. And I'll simply be investing to make sure that they have everything that they need. They should probably also just go ahead and send them economic support at the level of what? 150 a month. I'm not doing anything yet, it's just automatic rate. But you see, for example, we are selling also already sugar in Venice. They need that for sure. Alexandria is now my fourth most profitable market, obviously all behind my core markets in India. You see, we have 1, 2, 3 colonial subjects in Australia. And in the meantime, remember I was showing you in the last episode how strong the subjects are. They have around 1 million troops just themselves. Remember that I did the same to Bengal regarding their proximity and cutting off their capital from half of the country. And from my memory, they are disloyal subjects, so I can piece them out separately. This is how much I can take from Bengal. Pretty much all of the cut-off lands. And look, this is how much I can take from Delhi. A lot of very high quality cut-off lands are being taken. And obviously, as before, I'll be releasing subjects here, so they can core it for myself, or they begin with this being cored, so I annex them later. While in the meantime, annexing subjects inland down south. But yeah, now we are up to almost 500 of locations, and to form India, we obviously still far away, but we are getting there. It's mostly subjects that are limiting us now. Mughals are actually on my list now, but I don't want to throw Mughals. One of the most crucial goods in EU5 is iron. Gold, obviously, as well. But AIs were massively making various locations with iron cities. So I'm actually in the middle of downgrading a bunch of them to make sure we produce as much iron as possible. Look how much I can now increase it. Obviously, their control equilibrium is not gonna be too good. So it's just 20%. But that's why I'll build bi-lifts in each to make sure I have a tiny bit more. This like livestock location is it's not a city. I'm gonna make sure to maximize the RGO, but also the farming village that wasn't even in that location. So here go the trade company buildings. Let's see how much of them we can actually build. So if we go to the, is it colonial buildings? Mission, those are plantations. I should, by the way, build overseas trading posts. So you can do it both in Europe and Africa. Let's actually build it wherever possible. But it looks like these are trade buildings. To be honest, I did not play with trade companies at all yet. Since trade company headquarters gives me a number of satellite trade buildings, reduces my crown power, but gives me maritime presence, trade capacity. The owner, so does it mean I cannot build in my own locations? That doesn't make any sense. Well, it would work if I created a subject here, right? I think that's something I would like to test. So let's create a subject in here. Let's make them a fiefdom. And let's feed them with that province next by. Now, how about we build a trade company headquarters in here? And I assume that is gonna unlock me the other trade company buildings. Let's see how it works. Okay, so now we have a trade company on actual list. They do not own any lands. And I don't see really any interesting subject actions we could do. I mean, direct trade would be useful. But anyway, the buildings for the trade companies that we can have, they do give me trade companies. So I don't have to do that. Trade company There's nothing else I could build here. Just the headquarters. Is it them that have to build that, not me? That wouldn't be a surprise. Let's give them some money. It's the first time actually interacting with this thing. You see, they are making some money, and they are giving me some money. This is much? I don't think so. My Samantha's got disloyal, and I wasn't fast enough to fix it by like updating something to Maha Samantas. Which is fine. I'm just gonna kill one or two of them by just creating the disloyal subject casus belli. Here is 16, so yes, you guessed it right. Let's give him 4 wives, and they have to be as young as possible, ideally all 16, so they can get plenty of children. See, integration speed is not that bad. The locations that I conquered from Yemen in the previous war, I'm already finishing coring them. Just by the time I have the next war. It is gonna be much faster once we get in the next age the integrate area cabinet action. Pearls output. I'm really curious, if you look at the European markets, do you guys require pearls? Well, there's not much of demand for it. I honestly expected a bit more. I mean, the prices are high, so if you get lots of pearls in here, there is some potential, but not huge, not as much as pepper. Yeah, see, the prices of pepper are really high in Europe. This is what I gotta use for sure. What I think I should definitely also try doing is conquering the Spice Islands, because it's only Ternate that is over here. I mind they have cloths, which price is good, but more importantly, they have plus 500% modifier for Spice Islands cloths. That should be one of my definite goal. And then what I want to try out is a bit of manual trade from here to here, and from here to here, and from here to Europe. It looks like this is not a bad starter for a colonial charter to get to Ternate. And these motherfuckers join my coalition, so that's why they are in my war against Egypt. Well, it's time to get fully annexed, boys. And in case you're wondering why these guys are disloyal, well, they all build standing armies. And if you take a look at the quantity of subjects, it all adds up. Even if I split the types of the subjects, I just did slip a bit on the quantity of Samantas. These are all Samantas. I should update some of them to Maha Samantas, that then it wouldn't be an issue. Just look, the Maha Samantas have 0 issues. Few of them actually are starting to get some issues, but that's why I'm annexing them. Look how good this looks now. Our Egyptian / Levantine trade base. But yeah, if this guy counts as Samantha, you see some of them are getting loyal. And I should have casus belli on one more guys where there's no casus. There it is. Casus belli. Bharat. There's one more guy I was doing casus belli on. This guy's. Now, if you wait a month, obviously eat this to these guys I'll keep for myself. These guys I'm gonna also keep for myself. Coring is fast. But now if I pass a month thing and I get a diplomat, let me actually yeah, colonial stuff. Let me actually go and update. Oh, there's no one. There's some fiefdoms getting disloyal. This is really bad news, but I'm annexing some of them already. And we're half through Age of Reformation, and I'm not half through advances yet, which is natural. Let's see what we would like to focus on now. I mean, character life expectancy is always of value. I got a gold mine, so is this. We don't need naval stuff, but the roads bonuses are of use. And source the lumber output. Big is, yeah, updated transport ship. This is gonna be useful. Now, I definitely need tax efficiency. I definitely need max diplomats, trade capacity. Market attraction will be useful in my Middle Eastern trading. And also let's fill in some workshops. To deal with the subjects' loyalty, I've built plenty of troops. We are up to 400,000, which is thanks to this 150,000, these two locations, just infantry to maximize the size. And the goal is also to increase the control here, because the stationing troops increase the max control of your location. And you see they're standing on two locations with iron that are I'm always needing. What I'm also doing is annexing lots of subjects. It turned out that why my subjects started rebelling are these locations that have plenty of people. Just look, this is 4 million, this is 2.5, this is mine now, this is 1 million, 1 million, all these are 1 millions. So I actually annex this subject by attacking it for the disloyal subjects to be. And then with steady annexation, I made everyone loyal. Like even fiefdoms, see one fiefdom here on the list, they have minus 34 strength modifier, which was bigger. So I'm still annexing more and more subjects, 3 at a time. As anyway, our goal later on will be to form a new country, right? We're halfway through to form Bharat. And in the next age, there'll be more proximity modifiers to make it better, but it's already pretty good. Look, that far away, I've got 40 of proximity by going through the sea. Another thing that I'm starting to test now is doing a bit of manual trading. So you see, I'm sending a lot of pepper to Alexandria from Kayal and also from these guys. And then from Alexandria, I'm distributing it to Europeans at a profit. I actually want to distribute less of it or receive more pepper from India to decrease the prices, because the lower I get that price, the bigger price difference there will be between me and the Europeans, so I can earn more money on that trade. And the same way I actually want to start getting the other strategic goods from India, like rice. If there's any demand in Europe, I'll have to check it. This might be saffron that I'm having. And definitely also pearls, for which I have additional bonuses to production. When I'm annexing a subject, just like I did here, I'm looking, yeah, they made cities everywhere. Even on an iron location. Let's downgrade it and make sure that there is a bioleaf built here. About the other locations, this livestock, same case, downgraded. Iron, downgraded, and then fully updated. In case of food province, again, first by leaf, but then the farming villages will be done to maximize food. Another good that is apparently so needed in Europe is sugar. Let me get it from my country, because I have some sugar and export it in Europe. There's also huge demand for silk. What are you guys doing in Europe? Sorry, fine cloth. Like, what are these the guys doing? I'm not even doing buildings for fine cloth back at home because it's just too cheap. Well, we gotta do some exports. You know, it's not only about distributing the stuff to Europe, but also selling pepper and stuff from my lands to Alexandria also brings me money. It's actually my second most profitable route. But we overall hit 1,500 of trade with these adjustments and almost 10,000 of base tax. But yeah, I've played enough. I still, with this size of the empire, I don't want to micromanage the trade so much. My next goal is to get the Spice Islands. Why obviously uniting the lands here. Looks like fiefdoms are back to being disloyal. Am I annexing any fiefdom though? Oh, I'm not annexing any fiefdoms. That's not good news. I'll have to annex one ASAP. Ideally something abysmal. Anyway, our dynasty already has 169 living members. Screw it, let's get the parliament CB. Alternate. Yeah, we go for the Spice Islands. They actually do have forts and islands. It's not gonna be a 3-3 win. But we should still be fine. They didn't even pay for these forts. So the war should be pretty much immediate. They're trying to fight on the navy. But besides transport ships, I do have heavy ships on that navy, so that's not a problem for us. Oh, I actually, yeah, have 14 heavy ships. I thought that Calais just like it would be in EU4. That's all I need from the Spice Islands. I already, as you see, have a cabinet member ready to start coring it. As you can see, these are the two locations that are two different. Oh yeah, this province has two locations with a brown bonus to the cloths. Keep in mind that I also took over a market now. But I don't have much of trade capacity. I will have to build it. Obviously I need to core these locations first to get under control. I should be also saving money already for Age of Absolutism, because I'm gonna lose a lot, right, on the courting country disasters. It's good to have hundreds of thousands saved. Also, Australia is colonized. Unfortunately, the guys are colonizing themselves, so Kundal made a huge border go by colonizing these lands. But they see, as you see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 subjects controlling Australia. Okay, I've got some trade power now in turn 8. So I'm sending my full power cloths to Kayal. From Kayal, I'll free myself. How much do we have it? Cloths. What are you using? Burgers? Stop exporting! I'm gonna free myself 20 of trade capacity and export it to Alexandria. And when Alexandria, I'm lazy and I'm gonna let it auto trade to give me money. I think I need to get a much better trade advantage here, because my trades might also simply not be prioritized. Yeah, not all of it is being sent. But Alexandria is already earning money on that. That might be one of my most profitable trades already. I need trade ships in turn 8. Let's build some and send there. See, cloths being sold in my capital node is the most profitable trade. Event Tunis is just below that list, and I'm actually getting more. But yeah, we need more. Overall, we've hit 2,000 of trading. I'm ready for all of these activations we're doing, and it's only part trading, you know. Key goods I want to get to Alexandria, to them automation, sell it in Europe. Is doing its job without too much of micromanagement. And look, my trade income is almost as high as taxation of the peasants, which is my highest source of income. See, the locations I conquered from the Mamluks, and I don't plan to conquer more here, are pretty much all court, same as here in Aden. This will take time, and since Timur is holding plenty of locations that will be useful to form India, they're my next target, and I'm really looking forward to have any control in these locations. Obviously I have some because I have a stationary army for the rebels, but once I integrate it and then start assimilating, that's when I actually get more control. Obviously more control is more production of the good, and then I'll be able to earn money on that and export even more to Alexandria, from Alexandria to Europe. My trade income is pretty strong anyway. Since my army quality should be much better, because I have so much standing army they don't, I'm just gonna use the objectives. Focus siege. You go ahead and siege all of this. Just a reminder how focus siege objective works. You just click, you get one, you can left click to get it, right click to cancel. If you click it with control, it's gonna be the whole province. If you do it with shift, it's gonna be the whole area you're gonna assign for the focus sieging. Let me assign this to one of the stacks, and this to the other stack, and I think just sieging all this and winning a bunch of battles, holding the war goal should be enough to get whatever I want, especially that they don't have much control over these locations. The same I'm doing still with Delhi. I took all of this already and I cut them off from the locations up north. I also have 4th army that will be simply hunting armies. So by default you choose the current area, I'm just gonna hunt it on the terrains that I want to siege. Since I'm focusing so much on annexing subjects, it's time to update our self-control. Right now it is focused on research progress, prestige, and estate satisfaction. It's actually a good source of income as well, estate satisfaction. Is it? Well, not actually, because I'm taxing all at max and they're loyal. It's not that needed. I could switch it for the diplomatic annexation cost, and for the diplomatic annexation cost, we need maximum cost for maximum tax for negative self-control, and income from vassals. But yeah, let's go for the positive self-control. Well, migration is maybe not the best, and that's gonna be helped by doing some yoga, and also doing this. Let's do both. So we get it up to 20. Which gives me 4% annexation cost. So you see, I need to get it much higher to have a big impact. But if I want to the subjects we want to annex from Bharat, this is required. Although, to be honest, having in mind African countries coming soon, I shouldn't go too much into self-control, because that estate satisfaction is gonna be a lifesaver. Let's just go a bit, like now, but for possibility to get back to 10 self-control. And with my war score cost modifiers and the fact that there's no control here, I can get pretty much 90% of India terrains that the Timur had. So now I'm only how many locations away? I am 270 locations away from forming Bharat. And how far away from... Let's improve relations with Hormuz. And I think that's the only one with a problem. Kurdistan is just below, but I'm soon to attack Delhi again. Our family size is in the meantime up to 360 members, out of which 248 are still alive. I don't think I'll be able to fully annex Delhi in the next war, but in 2 wars I'll be able to do that. And if I fully annex them, and their subjects will still be around, I'll be able to take them over. That's why I'm no longer taking lands from them, especially that they also all still loyal, so I can't set their peace. Unless, yeah, you see they're all loyal. And now I'm cutting off their capital from these 2 regions. I could actually make it even more aggressive cutoff. Or even more aggressive. I mean, if I make it too aggressive like I did before, it is likely that they'll move their capital. That's why I just do it semi-aggressive, as it seemed to work the best. Great. We are only 180 locations away from forming India, and this, my friends, will happen in the next episode, because we are at the end of Age of Reformation. So in the next, maybe the last we'll see episode, I will be continuing to take care of our trade, and I'll form Bharat for sure by aiming to annex most of the subjects. Since next age is also bringing a lot of proximities and bonuses, I'm definitely gonna boost the income furthermore. So the base tax is 12,000. This is our proximity. This is our control. And our trading comes at 2.3 thousand. Plenty of which is coming from Alexandria. This is some of our other nodes are also making plenty of money. I think Alexandria can do even better, but we'll get there. Yeah, for today, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel to get notified about that final episode if you still want to watch it, and we're gonna see you soon. Bye.